the man above and up in my gutter. But you put it in the kitchen, some of my well like a fat too. I singers and DJs and social media's coming at you. Big bun, 300% free. Big bun, garbage pile up in it. Big bun, give the teacher them pay. Big bun, I see corruption fee. Big bun, mash down the people them out. Big bun, every day appear arms out. Big bun, appear money them a tea. Big bun, and them a sell out the beach. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy Kenyan, we can't buy time. You can't for me again. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch a line and a resort to crime. You can't for me again. Come me say big up all the charities and all of the giver. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The hundred the promises done and them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rough and it's going to whatever. Member bull money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start and people them swell. Big bun, what they treat the market man. Big bun, what them a treat the cat man. Big bun, what they treat the peanut man. Big bun, what them a treat the dirt man. Big bun, what them a treat the son man. Big bun, what them a treat policeman. Big bun, how them a treat soldier man.
Boom! I mean, I say a couple to the flex they represent for Wayne Global TV. There. So I say, you know the code in the Wayne Global TV is what fully blessed on the 90 days. So I say, yeah man, to the fullest. Yeah man, make sure them log in to Wayne Global TV. So I say, check it out. So I say, one cup of flex. So I say, Wayne Global. When you watch you know, see them a plan up and a try to put them money pan we head. But man a live too long, them want Wayne Global fitted. To him juggle so smooth that them want him life for dread. I throw the bank a light the break, but we ain't all about the bread. When we open up in the ears and no listen when we said, cause we lyrics them so smooth like the linen pan the bed. Them want we fit fall, we living pan the edge, I must say true, we make this them. Wayne Global TV, we are 90, hey. And 90, who Jaja bless, say no man can curse. Give me the Range Rover, who no drive years. Boom! Wayne Global TV, to the fullest one cup of excellence, see me?
Good morning, and welcome to Let's Train Them and Feed Them. This is your At a Glance morning program. If you are on the Greenwich Main Time, good afternoon from London. If you are on the Eastern Standard Time, good morning from Global Television. Let's train them and feed them. How was your weekend? Good morning to everyone on the X, on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Global Television. I trust that you all have a peaceful and rested weekend. Thank you all very much for being here this morning. Thank you all very much. We police them, but never mind them. Good morning to everyone on the live. Good morning to everyone on the chat. Please like and share the live, please, and call the fleet of incompetence. The Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security, and the Deputy Commissioner with the responsibility for crime and portfolio. Call the JCF College as well. Call Nigel Clark, because all of them have a role to play in what our police are, have become, and is heading to. You must have seen the video that is circulating across social media. One would automatically assume wanton police brutality. One would automatically assume wanton police brutality from the outset. But what would be important to know in what we saw in that video is what was the trigger point? What was the trigger point to that incident? I don't know. And I would be asking those out there in Jamaica land who knew what happened to prior to when the cameras start rolling. It be interested to know the trigger points. But regardless of that, there is still a conversation to be had about what we saw. Good morning to Sunshine. Good morning. Abina Sadoki, good morning. Andrea Joan Hamilton Wilson, good morning and welcome. Good morning, Millie McBean. Good morning to Natalia Freeman. Good morning and welcome. Debbie Jervis, good morning and welcome. Good morning. Big up veteran, how are you? Jason Kane, good morning. Up, good morning. Good morning, Colleen Stewart. Good morning. Agency Java 5, big up yourself. Well gone, bro. BCS Smith, good morning. Beat and Teach, good morning. Minasayet, Cousin Jamie, Sim. Good morning to all my moderators and the family members. Good morning and welcome. Bros, good morning. OPPS official, good morning. I am Roger Forbes. Good morning. How are you, bro? Good morning and welcome. Millicent Jones, good morning. Joanna Starr, good morning. Stacy, good morning and welcome. Good morning all. Thank you all for joining. Colleen Humphreys, good morning. Michelle Lewis Wilson, God's Gift, good morning and welcome. Monica Watson, good morning. The Truth, good morning. And to those of you who have joined my platform over the last month, welcome on board to the global family. Thanks for having you here. I know some of you are not always in the chat. Some of you chat in the after comment. I want to welcome those from Anguilla who have come on board. Thank you all for joining us. Raymond and Mavis Gooden, good morning. Good morning and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Cousin Marina, I haven't seen you yet. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. Sharon Powell, good morning. Thank you all for joining us this Monday morning, the 11th of March. And in 3 days, on the 14th of March, we will have what will go down as one of the most historic legal challenge in the Jamaican justice system, one of the longest running. And Thursday at 4 p.m., the Privy Council will go and sit in. Yvonne Johnson, good morning. When the Privy Council sits at 4 o'clock on Thursday, by the end of the Privy Council sitting, Patricia Matthews, good morning. How are you? Welcome. Cartel and his co-accused will know their fate. If it goes in Cartel favor, the criminal side of things come to a close for Cartel. However, that would spark an open civil case where the country will be thrown into financial turmoil. Olimar Pressful, good morning. The amount of money they would have to pay out, especially if it goes in cartel favor as a miscarriage of justice. However, if the ladies and law justices agree with the Jamaican justice system, kaput, it's done, it's over, move on. Whether he's guilty or not, it's done, it's over, move on. But if it goes in cartel favor, will it be a slap in the face of the justice system, especially if it's a miscarriage of justice ruling? But we will have to wait until Thursday. One should not also rule out remitting for retrial. All of those are in front of the justices, whether to agree with the Privy Council ruling, Lorna Emery, good morning, or to struck down the ruling of the Jamaica justice system as unsafe conviction or miscarriage of justice. If that happens, it will open a lucrative civil claim for all those 5 co-accused and their attorney. But it will be you, the people of Jamaica, the taxpayers, that will that would, if that happens, pick up that lucrative legal bill and damages and compensation payout. So let us watch and see where this is going. Andrea, good morning. Thursday, we will all know where this ends. Pauline Dixon, good morning and welcome. But I know I'm not afraid to own up to my dunceness, because when those who are said to be the best and brightest of us speak, then automatically I become a glowing dunce. This Prime Minister is speaking about numbers, and I know that's not my area, but I will play it for you all so Uno can make up on your mind. But one thing, I can come to a conclusion that this Prime Minister, every time him open his mouth, some form of lie, misinformation, false narrative, useless propaganda come out of the Prime Minister's mouth.
Statistics with you. Jamaica's wage bill was $241.75 billion. In 2022, wage bill increased to $338.13 billion, 39% increase. In 2023-2024 fiscal year, the wage bill increased to $404 billion. That's an increase of $66 billion, a 19% increase over the previous year. And the projected wage bill for this fiscal year is $442 billion, an increase of $37.5 billion. So between 2021-2022 fiscal year to now, that's $200 billion increase in the wage bill. Cumulatively, the wage bill has increased, this is since the restructuring, the compensation review, by 82.9%. Now, let's place that in context with everything that is said in the public domain. If you listen to just what is said in the public domain, it is as if this has never happened, that $200 billion is not now in the pockets of public sector work. I am not saying that this solves the problem of low wages, which we have traditionally suffered from. I am not saying that this is what is the limit that you should get. I am not saying that this solves the anomalies that exist. But the context of the conversation has to incorporate that a massive shift in the fiscal arrangement of the budget has been done in favor of labor. I will be the first to tell you that more must be done And the government commits to doing more and will do more. But there is a parallel conversation that must happen. The only way to do more without collapsing the fiscal stability is to increase productivity. In the conversation about more, please talk about increased productivity. No other administration has given this kind of wage increase.
Uno no say me last. Uno no say I can't feel. Hey, good morning. Sandra Ellis. Angela 48349. Good morning and welcome. Rosemary Samuels. Good morning and welcome. Zaphoria, welcome. I don't think I'm pronouncing your name properly, but welcome. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Float M. Good morning. Good morning, Paula Faceless. Good morning. Good morning and welcome, Common Forest. Forest. Yes, good morning. Uno no say me last. That's all. I don't understand a thing. The Prime Minister said, if any of you understand, please enlighten me in the comment. Not a word that the Prime Minister, you know when they start talking on numbers and economics, Michelle Clark. Like and share the live, please. You know when they start talking in numbers and economics. Tash, good morning and welcome. When them start to talk in numbers and economics, me gone totally blank, dizzy, feel like me I go pass out, nauseated, but especially when it coming from a prime minister with an attempt to delude you, to support narratives. Listen to the prime minister again when he might talk about the amount of money that went into the civil service, the 20%. I wonder if the 300% rise is accumulated with the dunce number. Is not anything that I get involved with. But Lilith Foster, good morning. The civil service worker them down on the bread line get 20% pay rise. Them up on top shelf. Joan Brown, good morning and welcome. Them up on top shelf get from 150 or 100 to 300% pay rise. When the Prime Minister talk about the two, how much I'm ever money talk about, can I go replay it for now again? That has gone into public sector workers' pocket. Delta Campbell, good morning. The 300% pay rise, is that a part of it? Or no, I, the Prime Minister, have to help me because me wouldn't understand the difference of the 20% and the 300%. But does this, what the Prime Minister said just now, does it really make sense? And does it really add up? And does it really equate to the heavy cost of living and expenses and all the other expenses people have to toggle with that 20% rise where inflation blows so high that even those who used to eat nice and wealthily can't afford to do so again. It don't make sense.
Statistics with you. Jamaica's wage bill was $241.75 billion. In 2022, wage bill increased to $338.13 billion, 39% increase. In 2023-2024 fiscal year, the wage bill increased to $404 billion. That's an increase of $66 billion, a 19% increase over the previous year. And the projected wage bill for this fiscal year is $442 billion, an increase of $37.5 billion. So between 2021-2022 fiscal year to now, that's $200 billion increase in the wage bill. Cumulatively, the wage bill has increased. This is since the restructuring, the compensation review, by 82.9%. Now, let's place that in context with everything that is said in the public domain. If you listen to just what is said in the public domain, it is as if this has never happened, that $200 billion is not now in the pockets of public sector work. I am not saying that this solves the problem of low wages, which we have traditionally suffered from. I am not saying that this is what is the limit that you should get. I am not saying that this solves the anomalies that exist. But the context of the conversation has to incorporate that a massive shift in the fiscal arrangement of the budget has been done in favor of labor. I will be the first to tell you that more must be done. And the government commits to doing more and will do more. But there is a parallel conversation that must happen. The only way to do more without collapsing the fiscal stability is to increase productivity. In the conversation about more, please talk about increased productivity. No other administration has given this kind of wage increase.
I don't know what Andrew Holness and Michelle Charles who done so, but then again, the whole of them are labor rights, so they tend to have a tendency of violence and dunceness aligned to them. But nothing that the Prime Minister said, Dorothy Brown, nothing that the Prime Minister says really make any sense, because the Prime Minister now tell you if for them salary involved in a hit, and what the balance of that would be for the civil service member them, with them big heavy spender them. Dennis, Georgia Dennis, good morning. Them big heavy spender them. We can keep up for them spending because them raise for them salary by up to 300%. But even those who got 20%, the way inflation gone skyrocketed, the 20% never make no difference. It was the same thing in the start of last year. I got a 10% pay rise. It never make any difference compared to inflation, because when you go in at the shop them, the size of the things them get smaller and the price them become more expensive. So the whole inflation and the whole lot more money in a civil service, in a civil servant pocket, nothing don't go so. Nothing don't go so. This is why the police them in Jamaica so hungry, cross, and miserable, because they're hungry. That's why they're angry and miserable. Prime Minister, because they're hungry. Now, the video I posted on my Facebook page yesterday, I must say that I'm not the one who turned the comment off. I do not believe in censorship. YouTube limited to 18 plus because of the graphics in it. I've appealed to them that it's an explanation to police brutality. And they come back with a very quick response that they will keep that restriction. I will replay it this morning for news and broadcast purpose. It will possibly restrict this live also. I don't know if it will restrict the comments. Marlene Gordon, good morning and welcome. It can be played, it only restrict viewership and advertisement, which I don't mind. It's not really a copyright issue. But the behavior of our law enforcers that we are seeing more and more in public is a cause for concern, moving up to a grave cause for concern. Training in a lot of areas, tactfulness, de-escalation, how to really police a community. What is the police role in this social contract? What is the citizen's role in this social contract? It cannot always be a riotous situation. We are fully aware of the treatment that even a lot of us, the law-abiding citizens, can face from our law enforcement, from just their very approach to a very simple situation. Patrick Evans, good morning and welcome. So there's a lot that we can take out of this video. There is a lack of control, lack of training, lack of tactfulness, lack of awareness. Let's look at the video and then for those of you who may not have seen it yet, you can have your discussions about it in the comment. Let me see how much I like the live. Hold on there. Come on, people, use your fingers, please. 100 are you there, and on the 40 that you like the live. Support the live by liking and sharing, please. Let's have a look at this scenery, this eyesore of policing.
Everything. I'm a brother, I know. I'm a brother. All right. No, you can't show me. You can't do anything. Excuse. You can't show me. That's a lie. Allah is going to come. All right. John Crow. Hey boy, bossy man. Oi. What up, fuck? Man, run, man, yeah? I fuck with that. You see me? Licky boy.
Hey! No! Cause why?
Simone Beckford, good morning. Uhuru, good morning. Good morning, and welcome. As I've said before, what has been bugging me from yesterday is the trigger point. The trigger point to this incident is very important. Mimi, good morning. The trigger point to this incident is bugging me, and it's rather important to know in order to put the behavior of both parties in context. Colin Jones, good morning. To put both parties' actions or behavior in context, the trigger point to this incident is a hugely important one. Because to understand law, to apply law, Norma McKenzie, you have to understand the facts, one, and what would be the legal issues arose in that circumstances. So the trigger point of how this incident starts is very, very important. But not having the trigger point does not say we cannot assess or have our opinion based on what we saw on that video. Is this a man with known, unknown, or undiagnosed mental health condition? It is a relevant question to ask. Or is it that he is just an unruly, ruthless, lawless thug? Or could it be that the police has violated him so much, which would have triggered him to the point where even when multiple guns are turned on him, the mens rea BCA Simit said, the state of mind, perspective, power. Good morning. That is important to know, the state of mind. it is important to find out what would have, is he just a lawless, unruly thug who careless and think he's a law unto himself? Is it someone who is known with mental health challenges? Is it someone who has unknown or undiagnosed mental health illnesses? Those are important. But there are a lot of questions to ask of the police as well. Is their behavior reflective of their training? With 4 police officers, 3 men wielding their guns, there's no doubt that what we saw can be described as police brutality. It was over heavy-handed tactics. 4 police, and they couldn't control 1 man. They couldn't restrain 1 man. None of the police in the situation saw the reason to de-escalate the situation by way of conversation. And this is why it is important to know the trigger point, because we would want to know how this problem starts. Whether it started as a heated conversation, or was it the police who offended him, or was it that he was just a disrespectful person who has little or no regard for the law? So the police is under duty here to explain to us the trigger point, because they are the ones who we pay, not him. They are the ones who we pay, not him. So they are under a duty. Because if not, we will just see this as plain, stark, open, unchecked police brutality. So if the Jamaica Constabulary Force don't want to walk away, would it be said, the Americans are looking, Mr. Chan. The Americans are looking, Andrew Holness. Was this wanton police brutality? The lack of training or the lack of experience from these officers, you don't see where they can help themselves. One of your police officers, Mr. Chan, could not stand up in front of this young man. Even with their gun, he would have disarmed and battered one of them. Given that 4 of them, Mr. Chan, couldn't control him, given that even when he was on his back, on the ground, Mr. Chan, he managed to kick one of your officers to the ground, who should be Dr. Chan, be very alert, given how the situation was unfolding. Me wouldn't like him buck up one up. Oh no. All if we have on a gun. Based on what we saw in the video, it would have been an easy disarm and beat down. The female police officer, one has to give a little bit of kudos to her, because in the riotous situation from her 3 male counterparts, he was the only one there as an officer trying to de-escalate the problem. She was the only one that was sort of using any form of de-escalating tactics. But that gun wielding and battering Jamaican foodie was unwarranted and uncalled for in what we saw Winston Dawkins in front of us. There was no threat to police life, limb, and property from what we saw on that video. For the police to go on such a wanton, brutal outrage, rather than let us draw porridge this morning. Who have anything to donate? Let us draw porridge. Come in and if you ever concosh all of the porridge together. A cup full of cornmeal, a handful of pureed peanut, puree one banana with the skin, don't peel it, with the skin, one handful of oats, who have one nutmeg for chew, piece of cinnamon stick, one bay leaf if you can, and a tin of milk or a tin of coconut milk. Let us draw porridge, because this, our Jamaican police, they are very weak and feeble. Bagamouth police, they can't talk them way out of an incident. They can't talk down somebody who's in a mental or an anger rage. Their only resort is to become violent and start using excessive force and wielding gun. Neighboring, good morning and welcome. What we saw on that video was overhanded, heavy tactics, police brutality. That situation could have been handled much better on the police part. The police was in no immediate risk to their life and limb in order to be acting so brutal, battering a man with a gun is not a restraining tactics when there are 4 of you there, 3 weak Cocobread, Skyjuice, and potty police who we need to draw some decent porridge and feed them before we put them out the road a morning time. Because I tell you, one of those 3 male officers yesterday couldn't have taken on this young man. It would have been an ultimate beatdown. So that should be suggested to Horace Chan, that your officers need gym training. They need training in order to build their strength. Them also need to be fed, Dr. Chang, because when you build muscles to work in a certain area where you need strength to work in, or tactic of strength, you're also going to need the nutrition, Dr. Chang, because going to gym, go work out, and then have to go buy Cocobread, patty, and Skyjuice after Dr. Chang, or have to carry a shed pan of tin mackerel and rice to work, Dr. Chang, wouldn't really allow your officers to suffice a well-built young Jamaican man out there who decided to go on a fist-throwing rant with one of your officers. If it was a 1-to-1 yesterday, Dr. Chan, your police officer would have come out very embarrassing. And that calls for an emergency meeting, Dr. Chan, with you and the JCF College to look at training in its overall entirety, Dr. Chang, from tactfulness all the way up to self-defense, Dr. Chang. They have none of it. None of it, Dr. Chang. And you expect them to come, send them guys, and them they will not send that hate. Would it be those party nyams, Dr. Chang? Are them party nyam are them? Skyjuice sippers. On our plan for send a Haiti, go fight what is called real rebel over 200 years, Dr. Chang, of rebellism. And of them are Cocobread, Skyjuice, and tasty patties, juicy patties. You want to send, go a Haiti, hasten it on, Dr. Chang, and we will collect donation for body bags. We certainly will. Because that's all that you will be doing, Dr. Chang. Sending them to a death camp. Because let me tell you something. If them can't stand up to a fist-wielding man, we'll kick them a dot when him depend them back with one handcuff in a one hand. And him can still manage to kick one of your police officer to Dr. Chang. There is call for concern. There is a massive retraining drive, Dr. Chang, that needs to be done across the JC. Otherwise, they send them come out a road for we beat them up, lay down a dot and kick them down, draw them and crap them in them face and push them all about. You cannot, Dr. Chang. You cannot send the police out there to depend on policing by the point of a bullet or of a gun. It really doesn't work. Because as you can see yesterday, that young man is in no fear of your guns. That young man, Dr. Chang, is in no fear of your guns. You could point 1,000 on him, Dr. Chang. The man has said him and defend him rights. This is just hyperbole. But, Dr. Chang, you can't expect we to have confidence in a them day. You can't expect, Dr. Chang, the people of Jamaica to have confidence in a them day. It really isn't working. And it now make no sense. Me I look for one video to remind you know, and they told the dirty foot police boy would it draw the man out and carry and tape says a different approach now. Your police across the country, Dr. Chang, they're not serving us. I don't even remember where that video is. But your police, Dr. Chang, they're not serving us. They are not serving us. And because of that, things like those we saw yesterday, Dr. Chang, those are the behavior that provoke riots and uprising. So you are under duty, Dr. Chang, to train your police, retrain them, and make sure the training are supervised. We're going to put out some of these people in public. I don't even think I have that video on hand. We're going to put out these criminals in uniform in public, Dr. Chang. You have to remember that some of them are come from with community and we know them when them go to school and we don't afraid of them. And because them have a gun in them and Dr. Chang, we now go respect them Because we and them just sit down in the same classroom and play upon the same school ground, Dr. Chang. So don't bother think to say because them come back in our community with guns and uniform, we're afraid of them and have respect for them. Automatically, Dr. Chang, I don't so go. The afraid of hitness, take it out of the picture because one day Jamaicans are going to show us the whole fear factor over. But the respect part of it, Dr. Chang, is a two-way street, JamaicanTV.com. Good morning. If when the police them don't respect we, when can't expect we for sure respect to them. Doesn't matter who they are, what them having in them hand, or what title they have. There's nothing in law that says we should respect police. There's nothing in law that says we should stand up and make police abuse we. There's nothing in law that says police have the right to abuse you or be violent to you because they are police. So if you don't want us to swing this narrative how we want it, Dr. Chang fits Bailey and the commanding officer for those police. We want to know what the trigger point for this incident was. Otherwise, this will go down as one of Jamaica's wanton police brutality, one of the still effect of slavery that the slave catchers, Audrey Robson, good morning, that the slave catchers still put us through.
Everything. I'm a brother, I know. My brother, all right. No, you can't show me. You can't do anything. Let's go. You can't show me. That's a lie. Allah is going to come. All right. Janko.
what is evident in this video is that policing with a big gun is no policing. Policing with a big gun is no policing, because them have the big gun and it wasn't making any sense for them. What is needed is training, Dr. Chan. There is some police also in Jamaica where me hear say them give them some big gun and some bike. Hold on, 520. Gun and big bike. How does that type of policing? How does that type of policing works, Dr. Chang? Where you put police per motorbike and them have a big gun. Like I wanna see them and use batter. The young man there. Strap over them back. What sort of policing is that? If these police officers have handguns, their approach maybe would be slightly different, because they depend on subduing him or defending themselves by the wielding of whatever rifle. I don't know gun and car, so I just call it gun. Of whatever gun them are wield. Paying more attention to controlling the wielding of their gun, Dr. Chan, doesn't leave them the mental capacity to think of another way how to deal with the situation. It also, Dr. Chan, prevented them from what would be required, a manual restraint. Them big old long gun there. So you can't have police with so much a big long gun. You have to match them up in order to do the necessary policing. But in a situation like that, Joanne Hutchins, good morning and welcome. Hutchins' son. In a situation like that, how do you expect them, Dr. Chan, to carry out a proper physical restraint with them big old something there? So do you understand, Dr. Chan, the situation that you're putting these weak and feeble, untrained, hungry, angry over themselves officers in, when you put them out on the street hungry and angry and under-resourced and underpaid, Dr. Chan? So people of Jamaica, call for an explanation to this issue. Sharon Peart, good morning and welcome. Call for an explanation to this issue. You should know and want to know what was the trigger point to this issue. If this young man was wrong, given that you've been wrong doesn't mean law enforcement has unfettered power to act. The situation and the reaction have a symbiosis or whatever they call it. The force coming from the police must be a reflection of the situation. The police was in no threat from what we saw. No immediate threat to life. No immediate danger to harm. No immediate danger to harm. What are you saying about the ad Sunshine? Is it playing or not playing? Because of this video, there may be an ad restriction because of this particular police video. So if that is the problem, I understand. The police cannot act with wanton brutality. Okay. Okay, thank you, thank you. The police cannot act with impunity and wanton brutality. Even if the young man is wrong, the situation we saw was over heavy-handed policing. Lack of training and lack of experience, lack of de-escalation skills, policing, lack of tactfulness, policing. If the three male police took the same or a similar approach to what we saw coming from the female officer in that video, the situation would have turned out much better. The three gentlemen, beat and teach wagwan, we did call you out where you just come. You're going to have to go watch it over because we're soon done. The three gentlemen went on a wanton tirade of abuse. Jay, good morning and welcome. And the body of police that investigate the behavior of police should really look into this, as well as Vern Adams, the command for those officers, or Fitzbailey, or Horace Chang. We ought to know the trigger point of this incident. Otherwise, it is just plain police brutality and over heavy-handed tactics. So the police is under duty to explain to us what caused Carleen Richards, good morning and welcome. What caused what we saw in public from your officers in that video? Or why couldn't the gentleman in the video took a similar approach to their female colleague in the situation? Let me say this, Dr. Chan. It may not come through because you have not learned it from the implementation, the undemocratic, unconstitutional. No, Mr. Sorry, quote. The undemocratic and unconstitutional use of state of emergencies and zones of special operation. And you have to understand the mindset of our police. You have to understand the mindset of our police when policing Delta Allen. When you're policing in the mindset of a state of emergency, as opposed to normal policing, it's two total different mindset of policing. Remind me in the comments how long our police officers across the country have been in a mindset of state of emergency policing. which is a different mindset of policing from the ordinary policing. How long is it? How long is it that our police officers have been policing in the mindset, albeit said by the court, unconstitutional? How long have our police officers, can someone remind me? When I remember some dunce, and how long do I have to be in a number? So you have to tell me. How long have our police officers been policing in the state of emergency or zones of special operation mindset, where any of us know that type of policing, it's a heavy-handed, it is a heavy-handed type of policing. And heavy-handed policing does not deal with the issue of crime. What heavy-handed police rather does, it is increase crime, because young people, especially young men, tend to get treated awfully by law enforcement with the use of state of emergency. Thus, it grows anger. It breeds further anger towards the police from the next generation of youths. The lawless treatment, the loss of liberty without the right to legal advice and a day in court, is a consequence of the breakdown, the further breakdown in relationship between the Jamaican people and Jamaican law enforcement, backed up by corruption, backed up by corruption. It is for that reason why we haven't had a crime plan in 8 years, even though we were promised. We are still waiting 8 years on for a crime plan, because this government only crime plan implementation is zones of special operation and state of emergency, which the police action in the implementation or exercise of those breed more anger across the country. So all of you on your Facebook or social media page should be asking the JCF, what happened in that video we saw? What was the trigger point to that incident? It is important. Otherwise, all we are left to believe that this was the usual and the normal lack of policing and wanton criminality and brutality from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Thank you very much for being here with us on Global TV this morning. And before you go, remember on Thursday evening at 4 o'clock, it's outside of our usual time, we will be covering the final sitting in the case Cartel versus King Charles. Will the Lord and Lady Justices of the Privy Council rule in King Charles' favor, or will they rule in Vybz Kartel and his co-defendants' favor? Thank you very much for being here with us on Global TV this morning. If you have not yet liked the live, please do so before you exit. And if you are not yet a subscriber to Global Television, welcome on board, and remember to subscribe and be a part of the Global family whenever we put out a video or we put out our live broadcast. Thank you all very much for being here this morning. It was lovely to have you on board. Let us continue to ask the questions, because we are the people and we are also the government. Thank you very much, and good morning from Global Television. This was At a Glance.